Mr. Fedko, before we go a little bit further with the Penguins and the stupidity of the NHL, the NFL had a little draft over the weekend. And your impression of the Steelers draft is?
I thought it was okay. I thought it was all right. I mean, I think it sounds like that they're going to concentrate on defense, and they want to make they want to make themselves a name again on the defensive side of the ball. I trust Dick LeBeau. Dick LeBeau loves these picks. I've loved his candor that he says they're going to basically come in and start. You don't hear that a lot.
No.
So I'd say I thought it was really well. I mean, it's going to take a year to figure it out, but I like the fact that. I mean, I didn't think they were going to take a linebacker with the first pick, not nor did too many other people.
No.
But the fact is, it looks like they got some pretty good value late in the round, in the draft. They pretty much addressed all their needs. So I liked the draft. I thought it was a good draft, and I didn't really grade it until I heard from LeBeau. And I thought LeBeau was pretty candid, and I have a great respect for Dick LeBeau, and I'm a believer that he didn't forget how to coach overnight, give him some players, and he's going to be able to resurrect the defense. And he may have some players now. I think Colbert went into this, and to an extent Tomlin, saying, we've got a great defensive coordinator. Let's give him some young talent and give him a shot to resurrect this defense. And I was pretty happy with it.
Since the season ended last year with 6 wins and 6-2, but an 8-8 finish, the Steelers are blank.
I think the Steelers are better after this draft.
I do, too.
I think they're better after this draft. I think, again, they went the defensive route. I have a lot of faith in Dick LeBeau. I think these guys are. I think they are going to
season free agency.
Absolutely, I agree with that too. And I think they've got rid of some of their old guys, and they're going to bring in these guys. They're going to have to be impact players, which I like. I love the thing about the NFL is you can change yourself overnight due to the draft. Mm-hmm. Unlike the other sports, to a small extent, the NBA, but not like the NHL and Major League Baseball, where you got to really develop players, unless you have a Crosby or somebody. But in football, you can overnight get yourself better. And I think defensively, they did overnight get themselves better. They still have a great defensive coordinator, and they have a great quarterback. They got themselves a receiver who could make a difference. I like the draft. I think they've improved themselves, and they're going to be a playoff contender. It's going to be interesting.
I think that LeGarrette Blount is going to have more of an impact on the offense than any of the guys they drafted. I think, for me, right now, he's their best addition, including the draft.
Yeah, it's not.
I think he's going to be a stud.
I'm going to tend to agree with you. I think they've had themselves, after it's all said and done now, and it still may not be done.
And he's always a chance he can get arrested between September too.
Well, but I think this has been a good offseason for the Steelers so far, and I think that again, it looks like they've really made a commitment to upgrade the defensive side of the ball. They gave up too many big plays last year, and I think they made a commitment to stop that, and. I like it. I like the draft. I like the way they're going. I think there's reason to be optimistic this year that they're going to be better.
You remember the days when there was nothing that could make the Steelers draft the second story, not just second sports story, second anything story.
Insanity, yeah.
So this weekend they were bumped off the front. Really, I mean they still got the front page, but they were not the number one story. The draft, it was the Rangers Penguins series, right?
The Penguins made that the number one story. It should have been over, right? Yeah. It should have been over, and it pretty much shocked the world.
But you remember the days of flying number one draft picks in
crazy.
and all that.
I was there. I was in the middle of it.
Yeah.
It was nuttiness.
Yeah, but it's not like that anymore.
No, it's not like that anymore.
Good